Hey y'all, welcome. My name is Vanessa. Today we are doing two looks with the Too Faced Under the Christmas Tree palettes. And there's two palettes, two eye palettes. You'll see exactly what they look like because I use this palette first and then I go on with this bigger palette. And then while I use the bigger palette, I also use the face palette. This is $49. I picked it up at Ulta. When I seen it in store, I actually seen the bigger palette, the 10-pan palette, and I thought it looked really pretty. I thought it had some unique shades in it. And this does have a lot of unique shimmer shades or glitter shades. But I tell you my final thoughts at the end of the video, and let's go ahead and just get into the tutorials. Okay guys, so I have this eye done. We are going to start on this eye. And we are going in with this shade right here. And this is my Morphe M535. And I can go ahead and tell you from working on this eye, these are very stiff. Like they're very hard when you go into them. Like you don't really get any pigment, so you really gotta kind of dip to get some, which isn't a bad thing. It's just I'm letting you know how the palette is. I did a few swatches, but you do get color payoff. You just really have to load your brush up. And I did some swatches and they're kind of like the shimmers are kind of powdery. So I'm dipping back in and I'm just building this shade up and really blending it out. It helps if I'm kind of looking at the camera, huh? All right, and then I'm gonna take a different Morphe natural hair brush in with the exact same color to just build this up. And I'm putting this directly in the crease and then blending it out. I'm hot now. I'm like burning up. Whoo! I might have to take the sweater off. Here in Kentucky, we've had like winter weather. It's been wonderful. No, it hasn't. But yeah, it's been cold as shit here. Literally like in the 30s. But we just totally skip, you know, fall. And we do that with spring as well. I cannot remember what I did on this eye. Now I'm taking the Morphe M513. And I'm going in with this brown right here. It has glitter in it. So I kind of dip in and really tap off my brush to try to get rid of the glitter. But you can see there, like there's a pretty good bit of kick up. You can see the shades that I used. So the shimmer and glitter shades are definitely different because they're much more powdery, whereas the mattes are really stiff and I don't know how to explain them. It's kind of a different formula. They're very hard and stiff. Just, I think they're really like pressed hard. Okay, so I'm gonna tap this right on the outer V there and then gently just start building it up. And I'm kind of pulling this shade out a little bit. This isn't my ideal shade at all. But we're working with this palette and this palette alone. So I'm trying to make it work. I'm taking that a little bit into the crease. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. And this transition color, I think it would be beautiful as just a one shade look. Like I really like this color a lot. Okay, so now we're gonna go in. And you can see where I swatched these on my hand. They're just, they're not great. They're not great. Dry, they do not work. So I'm going in with this shade right here on, this is an Alamar brush, but I'm wetting my brush. And this shade I actually really like, but you just have to keep going back in, really getting a lot on your brush and then applying. And you do really have to build these up. So don't expect just instant pow. And no. These are much softer. You really have to build them up. If you have the extra time to do that, they look really good. Like, I love the way it looks. But you can see I have tons of fallout here. It's not great. And then I'm gonna go in with the brown. So I'm just packing that, and then I'm just gonna kind of drag it out. Okay, lower lash line. I'm gonna go in with this one first just because we haven't used it yet. I wanted to see about that one, and then our transition, and then the purple. So this shade is so close to like my skin tone that it doesn't really show up too well. Like I said, I really do like that transition shade a lot. I could totally do a one shadow look with that easily. And going in with the purple, I did not put any of the brown. I don't know, I just like the way this purple looked. I really like the way that this looks. I'm going to go throw some lashes on. I'm not going to do liner just so it's a little bit softer. And then we'll come back, chat a little bit, and then we'll get into the next look. Okay, so here is our up close finished look. I really like the way that it turned out. I don't mind all that texture on my skin. Oh, I've had a time with my skin. So I used the smaller palette today, which is this guy. You can see they're quite powdery. The shimmers are, but it's not awful. They're just a different formula than I'm used to. So I don't know. I don't have an opinion yet. That's why I definitely want to use the other palette. I want to see if it works the same, differently. You know the drill. But I will say that I do really like the way the look turned out as a whole. I wish there was more mattes. So I'm going to quit talking and give my throat some time to recoup. And then I will see you guys in just a second. Okay guys, so I have this eye pretty well done. We're going to work on this eye. So we're taking this palette right here, and we are going in with this shade first. Let me make sure. Yeah, this shade first, and then this shade. And the only mattes in the palette are this one, this one, this one, and this one. And in the pan, this to me in person looked dark brown. If it is dark brown, I don't know, it doesn't show up that way on the eyes. It's actually much more of a kind of a faded black. So take that into consideration. All right, so let's go in with the first shade. This is a Morphe M535, and we are putting this all over in our upper crease. And I'm just building this shade up. And I'm kind of starting it right below where my nose kind of meets my eyebrow. Like, it shows up, but it really takes some building with this color on my skin tone. Okay. So now I'm going in with my Morphe M433, and we're going in with the other matte shade. And I'm pretty well doing the same thing. I'm just doing it a little bit lower. And then blending. Now this shade I think is really pretty. And this has pretty good pigmentation, like you can see it there. I think it's very, very pretty. And then blending it up into that first shade. Okay, and here are some swatches. Here's the green. Here, let's see, so it's the green, this color, and then this color. Yeah. And then right here is this color. I mean, swatches don't tell it all. Absolutely not. But these are more glitter shades that don't really have a super bright base to them. Only the two shades here, like even this shade, like this one's actually powdery. I don't know. And then let me show you this green fella here. That's, I mean, yeah, the swatch, I really went in. But when you apply it, there's just, I don't know, I never realized how hairy my hands were until I started doing swatches like that. But it's not super pigmented, it's just not. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that as is, and we are going to go in with this middle shade right here on my finger. And then we're putting that kind of all over. No, hold on, I'm forgetting a step. Hold that thought. We're first gonna go in with this brownish black shade, I don't know. But this is where this one started to go downhill. But I'm gonna replicate it because like I said, I thought this was a dark brown, but it really shows up as a muted black. So I'm tapping this on, and it's really patchy and really hard to blend. So I do not recommend that color at all. I really, really struggled on the other eye. But we're just going to keep that like that for right now. Now go in with that shimmer shade. Just like we were. And some of these shades on the eyes, like they're very pretty. I don't know if you can see that. And I don't have studio lights, just natural lighting. But like they're very just glittery. They're pretty. They're really pretty on the eyes. Okay. So now I'm going to grab this shade right here, which I think is a very unique shade. Like it looks silver, but it's not really silver unless you go in with a wet brush. Wow, I have a ton of fallout. Okay. So I'm gonna wet my brush and just kind of doing the same thing that I just did. The inner corner, we're going in with this guy right here. Just because I wanted to use something different. So now we're gonna go in to this purple with a pencil brush, just dabbing it in. And we're gonna go right over the line of where the shimmers stop. So we're literally just outlining it. I have something in my eyeball. Now I'm grabbing the 503 and I'm grabbing a bit of this shade right here, and we're gonna blend that purple out a little bit. So now same pencil brush, and I'm just loading that up, and I'm going right over where we put the black or brown, whatever color, the dark shade, because I don't like the way that looked. Sorry, I don't like the way that looked at all. And then one more go just right on the edges of where we took our first transition. Sorry about my voice, guys, but I have not been feeling well. But I am still putting out videos as long as I can. Okay. So I think that's where we're stopping. We're gonna grab a little bit of this shade right here and we're gonna highlight. We're just gonna put this right at the arch of the brow. All right, lower lash line. I'm going in with this fella right here. And then I'm gonna use my pencil brush and go in with the purple. Yeah, I really do like the way that it turned out. I think it looks really pretty. We're gonna go in with the face palette here. Just gonna start with the bronzer. It looks a little bit orangey on me. I don't know. We're gonna keep trying it. All right, this is my Luxie 522. This is normally what I use to contour, but I use it to bronze a lot too. Okay, so same thing. This is definitely not my ideal tone. I don't really think orange is anyone's ideal tone. I think if you're light complected, this is gonna be very orange on you. Now, the highlighter's very pretty, but it's very gold tone. Yeah, I like the highlighter a lot. Well, that looks a lot better than I thought it would, to be honest. Like, it actually looks pretty dang good. I would have bet you money that it wouldn't have. So, I give them that one. I really like the way that that looks. All right, so I'm gonna go off camera and I think I might contour just a little bit just to make this not so orange. And then I'm gonna finish up with my mascara and all that, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so here is close up of the finished look. I friggin' hate these lashes. I do not know what they're doing, but I'm not gonna take them off and replace them because I'm not going anywhere, I'm not doing anything, feel like crap, so as soon as I'm done with this video, I'll be taking them off anyway. Shimmer Shades or the glitter shades, I think they're unique. I do. But I don't like the texture. I don't like the consistency. I don't like the formula. Can you get a pretty look out of it? Absolutely. You can. I like this look. I like the one I did yesterday. I like a couple of the mattes in here. The mattes are pretty good. They blend out okay. Would I recommend this? No. I am much more excited about other palettes, other holiday collections, far more than this one. When I seen it in store, I thought it looked beautiful. That's why I picked it up. I had no intention of picking this up. But once I tried it out, I don't think it's worth it. I just don't. It's $50 and I don't think the quality is there at all. The face palette, I actually like better than the eyeshadows. I really love the highlighter and I love the blush. Surprisingly, I know. But I do like the face palette. I don't like the bronzer. Clearly it's orange. But I wouldn't recommend this. I just wouldn't. For $50, I think you can get things that are a lot better quality. If you don't have a lot of other palettes, this may benefit you because the price isn't that bad for what you're getting. You're getting 3 different palettes, 2 eye palettes and a face palette. But for me, I'd rather grab a Milani palette, you know, and I think the quality is better in that palette than in these eyeshadows. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye guys.